Hey guys, this is Scott5 here. I'm reviewing a lavalier microphone by MAONO. So if you guys don't know what a lavalier microphone is, it's basically otherwise known as a little clip-on microphone. So you might see this in interviews and stuff like that. And usually, well, at least I did associate these kinds of microphones as being super expensive and something that I would never get. But actually doing some digging around on Amazon, you can actually pick these up for pretty cheap. So I think I got this one for around $15, and for that price you even comes with this nice little cute little pouch that you can keep it in, and it has a sufficiently long cable so that maybe your input source is a little bit farther away from your subject. This microphone is omnidirectional, which means that it's going to take in sound from all over the place. So ideally you want to be using this in a kind of closed and sound isolated environment. And you're able to input this into all different kinds of sources. With that extended 1/8 adapter, you can plug it in technically into like an electronic piano. But with the adapter off, you can plug that 3.5mm port into the headphone jack of, say, your smartphone, if your smartphone still has that port, or your DSLR as the audio input source, or your computer. Now, if for any devices except for a smartphone, you're going to have to turn it on to power the microphone input. Otherwise, with a smartphone, it kind of has that driver built in, so you can leave it in the passive recording mode and it will automatically detect that you want to record through the microphone. Because this microphone line is so long and also the battery compartment is kind of big and bulky, it has a little clip both on the battery compartment and also a removable clip that you assemble yourself towards the actual microphone location, so you can clip it onto the interviewee's shirt, and then if you wanted to, you can also secure the more bulky portion somewhere else. It does come with a cable management for the lower portion of the cable, so this is probably the part that will most likely need to be managed depending on how far your source input is to the actual device. But there is also another length of cable running from the battery compartment to the actual lapel clip, and that part is a little bit shorter, so you may or may not need to actually have a cable management for that, but if you really had to, there is an included zip tie. Now, removing the battery is relatively simple, but you do need to have another tool along with it. I myself couldn't really get it out with just my fingers, so what you do is that you have to unscrew the battery compartment. Reveals the little coin battery that's powering it, and then I just took a paper clip to try to pry it out, and then putting it back in is pretty simple. Now let's get to the part that you guys are probably waiting for, and that is the sound test. Okay, so I'm just testing the microphone right now. It's going to be tested with some background noise, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn on the background noise and see how well this microphone can isolate my voice from the background music. Okay, so there's the background music. If I keep on talking, hopefully my voice can mask it. So that's the first test. And now here is the second test. It's just going to be me blowing into the microphone to simulate wind noise. Potentially if you do some kind of interviewing, we'll use this microphone outdoors. Alright. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and turn off the background music. And now it's back to absolute silence, and this omnidirectional mic should now only be picking up my voice. And that's it. So my conclusion after several more of these kinds of sound tests is that it generally works pretty well in isolating your noises. Since it's omnidirectional and not cardioid pattern, it obviously is going to pick up some extra noise in the background. So for the most part, as long as you're speaking pretty clearly, it's going to pick up the sound immediately close to it in proximity. Now, in terms of wind noise, that pretty much failed the test, and obviously this is not designed to be used outside, so I definitely wouldn't be using this outside. And for the most part, I think my voice came through pretty clearly. Right now I'm speaking into my Blue Yeti microphone, which costs around $100 plus. So obviously you can't really compare the audio quality of this to that, but for the most part I think the MAONO lavalier microphone is pretty good. It's definitely a little bit better than what you would get straight out of like your smartphone or a DSLR. So it's definitely a nice budget option if you just wanted, if you do a lot of interviews or something like that where you need the mic to be right on the person and then you can just have the device a little bit farther away. Then I think this is definitely a nice option to go to. I really wouldn't push it for more higher or more varied frequencies like music. This is definitely obviously not meant for anything other than basically voice. Definitely not good for singing. So if, again, this is more for an interview type of a scenario. If there's one thing I had to be picky about, is probably the lack of any kind of battery indicator for the battery compartment. Actually, even furthermore, I would have loved to have seen it been a rechargeable battery. It would have been so much more convenient than to keep on fiddling the battery in and out of the compartment. So again, the link to this product, you can check it out. Anything that I didn't mention in this video is probably in the product specifications in the product link. The link, as usual, will be in the description. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe to my channel, Skyforce95, if you haven't already, to get more content like this. Or if you're watching this on Amazon, head over to my channel URL right here, or just search it up on YouTube, Skyforce95. There you'll see a bunch of my product reviews and unboxings. Feel free to browse, or if you want to search for something specific, just hit that search field. That'll do it for this video. This is Skyforce95. Thanks for watching.